I wanted to walk you guys through how one of these block pictures gets filled out and just the thought process that a student may go through when they're working on this. So if we look at this block puzzle, we notice that there are 10 blocks going across and there are 10 blocks going down. And that's important to know how many blocks because now I can look and I notice that these are all 10. So I know because my picture, my blocks are 10 across, I know that all 10 of these are going to be filled in. And the same with these, as well as the next two. So that's a good starting point for students when they're working on this. Find the ones that absolutely have to be filled all the way across. And now we have to go in and start doing a little bit of maybe logical thinking through some of these. So if we think about, let's find some of the bigger ones. So we have a bunch that are 8. So if we think about that, because they're 10 across, I can either have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we think about all of those different combinations, what are the ones that are filled in every single time, regardless of whether we start with this block, we start with this block, or we start with this block? So if we started here in 1, 2, we know 3, 4, 5, 6. We know those are going to be colored in. But then we had this one, 7, 8. And then instead of starting in the top one, if we started here as our ones, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we would have had this one filled in 8. And then if we started with a this as our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we would have had this one 7, 8. Well, if you notice, these two also are going to be filled in regardless of which style we use or where we start, whether we start up here as our 1, as we start here as our 1, or whether we start here as our 1. So now we can go ahead and fill in these next two cells because we know no matter where we start, those two are going to be filled in. And because all of these are 8, the same process, so we know that we can have those, those, those are filled in, and those. So at least we're getting closer to getting our 8 there. Okay. And then if we go and look at finding out any of our other 8s, we can kind of do the same idea. So we have an 8 right here. So again, 1, 2, so definitely 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again, if we do that process of elimination again, so if this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So we can kind of count and figure out that what we have filled in will be filled in no matter what. And because we found those going down, we also could have evaluated that going left and right, and we can see that those will be filled for sure. Now, if we look at this 6 right here, that means that only 6 of these are going to be filled in. But if we look at what we've already done, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have filled in all of these 6. So this one's good. So if it's helpful for students, they can go in and just put little X's like we know that those are not going to be filled in because I already have the 6 that need to be filled in here. So that one is good. And then we're just going to keep going through. So let's tackle the sevens. Okay. So with our sevens, we already know that I cannot have this block filled up, which means that because I have to have 7 connected to each other, I cannot have this space or this space filled up. So then if I look, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 6, and there's seventh. Okay, the numbers aren't in order, but it's still all connected. So I have 7 blocks filled. So now I know I can color in. So there's 1, 2, that was 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's my 7. So now I have that 7 taken care of. And the same on this side, because I cannot have this block filled, and there's only a 7 up there, I know I can't have these two, and then I only have 7 left. So 1, 2, and then the 4 that are filled. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this one is 7. And so now my 7s are also taken care of, so I don't need to worry about these ones. That is done, and that is done. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our 5. So with our 5, we have right now, because it's only just a 5, and I know I can't have this one filled, that means that this isn't. And so I already have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them filled. So that means that either this can be my fifth or this can be my fifth. So it cannot be this one. Okay. So we're at least eliminating a few things. So we know again, it can't be this one. And the same goes when we look at this side because this, if we look at our numbers are symmetric. So it's a little bit easier to go through these. But I just know now that my 5s, I cannot have this one down here or this one, and I can't have this because again, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be my fifth or this would be my fifth. Now, if we start looking, and this is just you're constantly kind of going between your rows and your columns looking through. So here I notice that I have 2 blocks, and then I have at least one space, and then I have another 2 blocks. That's what the 2 and 2 means. I already know that I have one filled here, and I can't fill this one, so that means I have to fill this as my number 2. So I have one of my 2 pairs. So there's a 2. So now I know that I've gotten this 2 taken care of here, so that one's good. And then I have to have at least one space, so that means that I definitely cannot have a block right here. And then because I have this block filled, and I know that this one cannot be filled, I know that this is also a block that's going to be filled. So then I know that this is filled. And so I've taken care of this other 2. So both of the 2s are done. So I've done that, I've done that. And again, if it's helpful to X out the things that it can't be, so it can't be any of those because I've already gotten my 2 squares and my 2 squares filled up. So now, as we're going back and looking at our 8 again, so I know that I had to have 8 filled, and I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be this one, that would be 7 and 8, or it could be, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 7 and 8. So regardless, now I know that this space here is also one that can be colored in. So now I can go ahead and color at least one more for my 8. And again, just because of the nature of this design, the same would apply for this, this, and this, all of those columns, right? Because all of those happen to be 8. And all of those have the same X up top here. So we're getting much closer with our design. And then we're just going to keep looking through. So if we're looking at our 4s, let's see. So if we look at this 4 here, I know I only can have 4 across, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I have 5. Okay, so where did we make a mistake? Oh, okay. So we realize if we are looking up here, this 8, I already have a block filled here. That means this one has to be filled as well because it's all 8 in a row. So that's going to change this here. Just get rid of that and color this one back in. So if this is 8, so now I know that I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I can just color in that 1 between the 2, and I know I have my 8 here. So now this one is done. And if I look on the same side, here's an 8, and I have 1 already, and then this, so I know that this needs to be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I know I can fill that in. So that takes care of our 8, but it also tells us that Underneath this can't be filled, this can't be filled, and neither of these can be filled. And then going back to our four, now I have one, two, three, four filled up. So I am done with my four as well. So that one's done. And then as we just keep going through, okay, so maybe taking a look at these fours. So I know I have to have four filled up. So if we just think of the different possibilities, so I could have one, two, three, four. I could have one, two, three, four. But I also have to think I've got to get another four over here, and that can't be one, two, three, four that way, right? Because I can't have these two blocks shaded together. So that at least gives us a little bit of information that no matter what, the this block is going to have to be shaded so that I can either have one, two, three, four, or one, two, three, four. And the same over here, depending on where my fourth block is on the left, I could have one, two, three, four, or one, two, three, four. But regardless, this one's going to be shaded. So we know we're going to shade here. Okay, so we'll have to come back to our fours, but this gives us now some information about our eight right here, because I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So now I have eight, which means that this can't be filled. And the same, this eight, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So I know that this one can't be filled. So now I've taken care of two more of my eights. So that one's good and that one's good. And that now allows us with this two, I only have two spaces that can be filled now. And so now I know that I can shade these two, but that also gave me, along with knowing that this was good. Now I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and the same here. So now I have my eights filled up, which means that this can't be filled and that can't be filled. So those are good. And then I can come back to my fours. So my fours, I have already one, two, three. So that means that I have to fill up this as my four and the same on this side, that is my four. And now I have my entire design. So if the students want it to look nicer after, they can go ahead and erase all of these X's if those X's were helpful. And then just encourage them to go through and to count again and make sure, do they have all of the numbers correct, because we didn't necessarily look at all of our columns and we didn't look at all of our rows. We sort of filled things in sporadically. So now we can just go through and check. Okay, so five, one, two, three, four, five. That's good. Seven, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and we're good. And then the eight, so you can two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. You can count and keep going. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, just to make sure we're good. So there's eight and so on, and then go across two, at least one space, and then two. We're good. Four, at least one space, and four. And then we know the tens, and then our eight, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight is good. Six, three, six, and then our four is good, and our two is good. And so this is what our design looks like. So that is an idea, a way that students may work through these. It's just a lot of logic, and it's not necessarily knowing exactly which eight to fill out, but it's knowing that I have to fill out eight in a row so that we were able to determine that it was going to be a certain group of them and then work from there. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I will leave that link or my email address in the description below for you guys if you need that help.